Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you already know that the AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in football. Every season, it seems like a tight race, with teams fighting tooth and nail to establish dominance. But this year, something's brewing that could shake things up in a big way, especially for our beloved Steelers. And no, I'm not talking about just another game or a minor injury report. We're talking about a strategic move that could redefine the Steelers' offensive capabilities, particularly their running game, which has been a concern so far this season. And that move involves a trade, one that could bring a player who's proven he can make a difference, Tyler Allgeier from the Atlanta Falcons. You see, the Steelers, as many of you know, have been trying to find their ground on offense. They drafted Caleb Johnson out of the 2025 NFL Draft, hoping he'd be the spark plug to boost their rushing attack. Johnson, a promising young running back with a lot of potential, was supposed to be part of the solution. But through 2 games, it's painfully clear that things aren't working out as planned. In Week 1, Johnson had just -2 yards on his single carry. Yes, you heard that right. -2 yards. It's a rough start for a rookie trying to make his mark. And if that wasn't enough, Week 2 brought a different kind of problem, an error on special teams, which unfortunately led to a score for the Seahawks. And on the ground, Johnson managed just 1 yard on his lone rushing attempt again. It's frustrating, isn't it? When you see a player with so much promise struggling to even get a yard, it's a sign that the Steelers need to look elsewhere for production. And let's be honest, for an offense that relies heavily on the run game, especially with Arthur Smith's style, which combines power running with play action, having reliable, dynamic backs is crucial. Jaylen Warren has been a bright spot, no doubt, but one player can't carry the entire load. The coaching staff needs options, someone who can step in and bring a different element to the backfield. That's where Tyler Allgeier comes into focus. Now, many Steelers fans might be familiar with Allgeier from his time with Atlanta, where he's proven he can be a solid secondary back with the potential to start if needed. Throughout his 4 seasons in the league, he's rushed for 386 yards and scored 10 touchdowns. That's not just backup numbers. Those are credible stats for a player who's had to compete for carries behind other talented backs, especially with Bijan Robinson now leading the Falcons' rushing attack. Here's the thing, Allgeier has shown he can be productive. Over the past couple of seasons, he's posted back-to-back 600-plus yard seasons, which shows consistency. And this year, he's already rushed for 100 yards and scored a rushing touchdown. That's a pretty solid start, especially considering his role in the Falcons' offense. With Bijan Robinson firmly established as their lead back, the Falcons might be open to parting ways with Allgeier if the right trade offer comes along. They have depth at the position and could see value in acquiring draft capital or other assets in exchange for a player who's proven he can be a reliable contributor. Now, why should the Steelers be interested? Well, it all comes down to elevating their ground game. As many of you know, the Steelers' offense, especially under Kenny Pickett's leadership, has the potential to be explosive, but it needs a solid running back to truly unlock that potential. Caleb Johnson, while promising, isn't quite there yet. Jaylen Warren has shown he's a reliable option, but he's more of a complementary piece than a feature back. To truly compete at the highest level and make a deep playoff run, Pittsburgh needs a back who can consistently gain yards, wear down defenses, and make big plays when necessary. Tyler Allgeier could be that guy. His experience, combined with his familiarity with Arthur Smith's style, since they've worked together before, could allow for a quick adjustment and seamless integration into the Steelers' offensive scheme. Imagine a Steelers offense that, instead of struggling to find consistent production in the run game, suddenly has a versatile back like Allgeier who can grind out tough yards on early downs, set up play action, and even contribute in the passing game if needed. It would add a new dimension to their attack, making them more unpredictable and dangerous. And let's not forget, the Steelers have a history of making smart trades and drafting players who turn out to be key pieces in their Super Bowl runs. This could be one of those moves that shifts the balance in the AFC North, giving Pittsburgh an edge over rivals like Baltimore and Cincinnati. Now, for those of you who follow NFL power rankings, you might have seen how the league has been shifting. The Buffalo Bills, for example, have skyrocketed to the top with a thrilling victory, showing they're serious contenders. Meanwhile, teams like the Detroit Lions are facing some concerns after a rough patch. The AFC North, however, remains a battleground. Every game counts, and every move counts. Acquiring Tyler Allgeier could be the kind of move that puts the Steelers ahead of the pack, especially if it allows their offense to be more balanced and dynamic. Of course, the trade isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about making a statement, showing that the Steelers are serious about competing now and in the future. With Allgeier's experience and familiarity with Arthur Smith's offensive philosophies, the transition could be smoother than it seems. It's a win-win situation for both sides if the trade goes through. The Falcons could get draft capital or other assets in exchange for a player they're willing to move on from, especially with Bijan Robinson now firmly leading their backfield. And the Steelers get a proven product who can help them turn their run game into a real weapon. So, what do you think, Steelers fans? Is this the move that can finally give our offense the punch it's been lacking? Can Tyler Allgeier be the guy to help us break through tough defenses and get those crucial yards? It's an exciting time, and I believe this potential trade could be one of the pivotal moments of the season. Remember, the NFL is all about adapting and making bold moves. Sometimes a change of scenery is all a player needs to really shine. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Tyler Allgeier is the missing piece for our running game? Or do you believe the team should stick with what they have and develop Johnson and Warren? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and the latest Steelers news, so stay tuned and keep that passion alive. We're in this together, and with every move, every play, we're building a team that's ready to fight for another Super Bowl. Let's keep the faith, keep supporting our guys, and get ready for what's next in this thrilling NFL season.